I guess what prompted me to write this book, where the idea came from was, we moved to California and I was, your average kind of cynical British person, a bit jaded and all the rest of it. And I found pretty quickly that we were kind of confronted with this culture of real extreme positivity, this real kind of positive thinking culture. Everything's great and nobody could ever quite admit that, anything wasn't quite that great. And I was having a lot of kind of random conversations with people at the time. I was trying to make friends and probably being a bit needy and weird. But I was, meeting up with, people, talking to people in the playground with my son, or with mums at the preschool or whatever. And this same topic kept on coming up again and again. And that was this whole thing about happiness. And people would kind of talking about happiness in this way that was really kind of riddled with anxiety. So, some of these conversations would be, kind of very questioning conversations, am I really happy enough? Am I with the right partner? Am I doing what I love? Could I be happier? Those kinds of big question conversations. And then also there were these other types of conversations that felt very almost evangelical, where people were kind of really enthusing about whatever their latest kind of chosen path to bliss was. So, whether that was meditation or yoga or mindfulness or positive thinking or whatever, they'd be saying, oh, this is the secret, all of those big questions, this is the answer. But what sort of really these things had in common was that it really felt like happiness had almost become this strange kind of chore for people. It was almost like doing your tax return or something. And I was sort of confronted with this whole thing. These people that we're trying so hard to pin down happiness. We're spending all this time and effort and money. I mean, this is obviously a big industry here. But yet they didn't really seem that happy. Given how much kind of time and effort and money Americans are putting into trying to be happier, you would think by rights they should be, the happiest people on the planet. But when you really look at the data and the statistics, actually Americans kind of fall right down at the bottom of the heap. Compared to other developed countries, Americans are some of the least happy people in the world. And there was one study that came out that actually had the United States 2 places behind Rwanda in terms of, contentment and daily happiness. So I guess it was this paradox that really kind of inspired me to write this book. What is going on? Why are these people, these people who are trying so hard to be happy, why is it not working? And what can we learn from that about what happiness really means?